thanks for joining me today, guys. I wanted to show you how I do some gift wrapping for the upcoming holiday season. I have two different packages here. This is one made using our Rich Razzleberry cardstock, the 12x12 cardstock, as well as the designer paper pack here. And I have my fun little tag on the top made with the scallop tag topper punch, and I also use the Tin of Tags stamp set along with Here's to Cheer stamp set for the accent pieces. On here I used the circle framelits, so I have the scalloped and the non-scalloped, and I did put some of that awesome copper foil as accents behind my sentiment here and as the little heart on top. And the box that I'm actually making in today's video is this one here. This is a really fun tag here. This is for you, made using the same stamp sets. And the paper I have today is from the Presents and Pine Cones Designer Series paper from the new holiday catalog. Then I used Real Red for the base of my box. So if you want to see what's in here, let's go head over to the craft table and put it together. So today I'm going to show you guys how to wrap a custom gift. This is one of the candles from Bath and Body Works and a adorable little owl holder. This is perfect for fall, and as this candle is also, but you could definitely do this for a Christmas gift. These candles smell amazing. My favorite is leaves. Oh my gosh, give me a shout out if you have smelled leaves, but this marshmallow pumpkin latte is delicious also. So I'm going to show you how to wrap this candle using some of our materials from Stampin' Up. I have a piece of silver glimmer paper here to give our little box an accent tag. And here is the base of my tag. This piece measures 2 inches wide by 3.5 inches long. I have another scrap of Whisper White so that I can stamp and punch out some pieces. And I have 2 pieces of 12x12 paper. This is Designer Series paper from our Presents and Pinecone suite, and I love both sides, but I especially love these stars for the top of the box. And then I have a piece of 12x12 Real Red cardstock. This will be the base of our box. So I'm going to start by trimming this down to 11.25 inch square. So I know since it is a 12x12, I can just chop off 3/4 of an inch and not have to swing out my arm here. Now I have that trimmed down, I can cut my Designer Series paper. So we're going to start by cutting this piece down to 7.5 inches square. So I'm going to spring out my arm here and the little kickstand guy. And we are going to trim him down to 7.5 square. Bringing in our Simply Scored, I'm going to start with the bottom of my box, and I'm going to need to measure my candle. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab a ruler and measure the distance from this side to this side. What is that? The diameter. I'm trying to bring my geometry back into my life, and it's not going well. There's radius, circumference, and diameter. So I think radius is from the point out, circumference is all the way around, and diameter is from one side to the other. Your little math lesson for today. I will Google and fact check myself before I post this and put the results on the screen. So this measures approximately 4.25 inches from this edge to this edge. So that's how big I want the base of my box. I want it to be 4.25. So if I want it 4.25 and I want my box to be approximately 3.5 inches deep, because that is how tall my candle is, 3.5 inches. So what I know I want to do is I know I want all the sides to be 3.5, and I know I want my middle to be 4.25, and that's how I got the 11.25 inch square sheet. All I need to do is score it at 3.5 all the way around. So there's the first one, rotate again at 3.5, rotate 3.5, and one more time, the 3.5. So now my middle here is at 4 1/4, and my sides all measure 3 1/2 height. So let's just build this box up really quickly. I'm going to grab my bone folder. And with some scissors, I'm just going to trim a very slight angle out of the corner piece, and then I'm just going to cut up just barely on the inside of that score line and bring that little piece away. So you have a little triangle cut out of your flap here. So do the same thing on the opposite edge here. Cut just inside that score line, and then cut a very slight triangle out. This will just help so that when we put our box together, it will fit nicely. So right across from those edges, we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, now we're ready to assemble the bottom of our box. I'm going to bring in some fast fuse, and on the right side of my box, I am going to run that along each of the 4 edges of those 4 flaps. And we're just going to bring that in, line up the outer corner, and same with the other side. And if you have any sticking up, that's totally fine. Just take some scissors and trim that right down. Okay, there's the bottom of our box all ready to go. And look how beautifully our candle and holder sit down inside. Now for the top of our box, I know I want a 1 1/2 inch overhang on the sides. So I have my 7 1/2 inch square here, and I'm just going to score it at 1 1/2 all the way around. And the top of our box comes together just the same as the bottom. We're going to cut just on the inside of that score line on this middle section, and then we're going to slightly miter it out on the flap section. And do those creases again. And more fast fuse. And just bring those edges up and line up that outside corner. And again, just trim away any parts that may not line up. And there's the lid to our box. There we go. Now let's make our tag. So I'm going to bring in my scallop tag topper punch, and with that 2 inch by 3 1/2 inch piece of Whisper White, I'm going to slide that in and punch it so I have my tag topper part. With that scrap of silver glimmer paper, I'm going to attach it to a sticky note on the back side and slide that into my 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Now I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. I have the This Is For You stamp from the Tin of Tags stamp set. Lovely, lovely set, especially for gift giving and the holiday season. So I'm going to stamp that on my scrap of Whisper White in some real red ink. I'm going to take my 1 3/8 inch circle punch. This is the old style. And I'm just going to line that up and punch that out. I am going to use some dimensionals to stick these together. I'm also going to take a couple of these accent pieces from Here's to Cheers, another great stamp set for making tags for the holiday season. And we're going to take this fun little floopy floops and use some real red. And just going to stamp that at the top of our tag and at the bottom. On the back side, I'm going to use the to and from stamps. Now on the back of this piece here is actually a scrap piece, so I do have some pencil marks on it, but you get the idea. Use a clean piece for your tags. So now I'm going to pop this up with some more dimensionals. And I'm going to take some of our Cherry Cobbler Baker's Twine. And I'm going to double it up, feed it through the front of my tag, to the back, and through the loop. To give your gift that added special bonus, I'm going to take some tissue paper. This is gently loved tissue paper, and that is just fine. You can use anything that you have around. And I'm going to stamp it with the little snowflake from Tin of Tags and the real red ink, because why not? Why can't we have red snowflakes? Now there is a shiny side and there is a more matte side. You want to make sure you stamp on the matte side, and also you do want a piece of paper underneath to protect your work surface because it may bleed through slightly. So just stamp randomly around your tissue paper in whatever design or fashion you like. Now that we have some lovely stamped tissue paper to give an added special touch, I'm going to place my candle in the middle and just do a little bit of wrappy. And I just kind of like mine to fluff out on the top. So when I get it put into my box, then I can kind of just lay it down like this. So now we'll put the top on. And you can use any ribbon that you like. I really enjoy the white organza ribbon that we have. So to tie this off, I'm going to have a small tail off to the right, and I'm going to start on the top. I'm going to put my thumb there and try and grab it all the way around. Let's do it this way. Okay, so here's my tail here, and still on the spool. Oops. I'm going to wrap it around the entire package once. I'm going to twist it, wrap it around the package again, and bring it back up into the middle. And then I'm going to cut off so that I don't have too much left over. And with the tail that I just brought back around, I'm going to kind of pinch it here. I have this piece coming out this corner, if that makes sense. So when I pull it back, it's nice and taut. I'm going to take this piece and put it under the other corner. So it's coming out of this edge here, so that when I tie a knot, it stays put. So now I can tie my bow. And I have my tag. I can write my information on the back, and then I can go ahead and attach that to my package. And there we go, a really quick and simple way to gift wrap a gift for somebody special this Christmas season. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on how to wrap a gift using our amazing products. I hope this video helped you to figure out how to make your own boxes for your gift wrapping needs. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and hit that subscribe button to be notified when I upload new videos. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and go ahead and head over to facebook.com/mkre8tions to see content posted almost daily. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you later.